I'm Samantha Burd, third generation owner of Lady Burd Cosmetics. Welcome to our channel where our goal is to teach you the complexities of the private label, contract manufacturing, and custom formulation space as it relates to the beauty industry. So if you're here, you're wondering how to start your own beauty line. The good news is that you're in the right place. We have over 50 years of experience helping aspiring and established entrepreneurs start their own beauty brands. Before we get into the actual steps of starting your own beauty brand, you need to make a couple decisions first. Do you want to private label your own line, or do you want to create custom formulations from scratch? This is an important decision because many manufacturers and companies offer one, but not both. So you have to be sure what you want going into it, and if you're not sure, then you need to find a company that does both. Keep this in mind when you're selecting a supplier to work with. If you don't have an exact vision in mind, I'd recommend starting with private label. However, if you have a super clear vision in mind and more capital to burn, then I'd recommend going with custom formulation. Down the line, I'll make another video about how to select a supplier, but for now, let's jump into the steps. So the first step, of course, is to find a supplier or a manufacturer that you like. Of course, I'm a little bit biased. I'd recommend starting with Lady Burd, but there are lots of manufacturers and suppliers out there who can get you the products that you will love. Once you get in contact with the manufacturer, I recommend having a list of questions ready to go. You should be asking questions about their MOQ or minimum order quantity, about where they manufacture, and if they have any QA or quality control procedures. Be careful here because there's a lot of places that are middlemen, but they market themselves as the private label manufacturers when they're really not. Although you can work with a middleman, I wouldn't recommend it because you're not going to be getting the absolute best price. It's always best to cut out the middleman and go direct to the source or to the supplier. That's how you can guarantee that you're going to get the best price. And in turn, you can guarantee that your clients are going to get the best price too. If this is your first time starting a business, I'd recommend finding a turnkey manufacturer. What this means is that you're going to get a completely finished product at the end of the manufacturing, as opposed to maybe just the bulk or just the packaging. A turnkey manufacturer will also help you with all the steps in between, from finding packaging to designing your artwork to designing the different shades and colors and your formulas and even more. So after your basic questions are answered and you feel that the manufacturer you're speaking with can produce the products that you have in mind, then it's time to get to sampling and formulation. So if you're doing private label, this is when you're going to start trying all the different formulas that your manufacturer has in their stock library. So this is when you're going to try out all the samples. You might even fly to the showroom or do a showroom visit if they're local, and that way you can try all the different shades, formulas, and products in person. If you're custom formulating, this is when you're going to work with the lab to start creating your formula uniquely for you. You'll get multiple lab samples and you'll work through different iterations until you're both happy with the formula at the end. And after you're happy with your formula, you're going to move to the creative aspect. The next step is really fun. This is when you get to decide what your packaging is going to look like. If you're doing private label, this is when you design the labels for your products. Here at Lady Burd, we have graphic designers on site and they can help you design the labels that you want for your products. If you want completely custom packaging, we can help with that too. Remember, if you want custom packaging, there's a lot more than what meets the eye. We have to test the packaging for stability, which means we have to see if the formula interacts well with the packaging. And we also have to test for compatibility with our machinery. We offer all these services at Lady Burd, but if you're not working with us, I'd recommend asking your manufacturer these questions. My other recommendation is waiting until your formula is finished to actually purchase the packaging. Although you can start looking for packaging sooner, I'd recommend waiting until your formula is done just to make sure that the stability and the compatibility come back all clear before making a huge investment in packaging. And last but not least, we'll get started manufacturing and filling your product. And after your product is made, we'll ship it to the location of your choice. And that's really it. After that, we start working on your reorder and adding more products to your line after your successful first product launch. I hope this helped. Feel free to comment any questions below, and you can find some more information in the description about how to book a consultation call and get started building the brand of your dreams.